The current world record for the longest axe throw is a little bit over 183 feet. Dave and I have decided that we're going to throw our hat into the ring and break that record. However, we're going for 200 feet. We just like that number. I told you guys when I submitted my application to break the record to the Guinness Book of World Records, I'd make a video each time I got information back. And I got a huge email back from them detailing everything that I have to do in order to break this record. And it's a lot, more than I thought it would be. So in this video, guys, I'm going to detail everything that they sent me, all the information they provided as far as the axe weight, the axe length, the target that I have to use, and how I have to go all about that. And I even have to get a surveyor. Let's get into the video. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am Wes, the Suburban Viking. Of course, we got Dave here with us.
Do I have a choice?
And we are Midgard Axe. Jumping straight into this thing. The Guinness Book of World Records has sent me all the parameters and all the information that I have to follow in order to break this record. Right here. And I'm going to use my phone to kind of go through it because it's a lot. And this is a very interesting video, I think. You may not be interested in breaking the record, but if you're interested in breaking any record, or if you're just interested in what I do in this channel, stay tuned because this is a lot of cool stuff. I thought it was kind of cool. The first thing that they label, of course, is the actual axe. The axe used for this attempt must be standard and commercially available, keywords there, and be a maximum weight of 5 pounds and 15 ounces. Now, if you listen to that, it says that the axe must be standard and commercially available. Now, I understand the commercially available part, that anybody can be able to buy it. You can't make a custom axe. It has to be commercially available. But I'm not sure what it means by standard. The axe used for this attempt must be standard. The only thing I can think of is that maybe they're saying that it has to be standard, like if you use a axe, you can't customize it too much. I'm not entirely sure. If you guys have any information on that, or you have an idea what you think that might mean, please put it in the comment section. Me and the wife are talking about that. I might have to email them and ask them what they mean by standard. Must be standard. I'm assuming it means not heavily customized. That's what I'm getting at. Okay. The length of the axe must be a minimum of 30 centimeters. And that's, guys, is around 12 inches. So it can't be below, I think it's 11.81 inches is the lowest, axe or hatchet that you can use in length. So I'm looking at 12 inches and above. That's what I'm thinking. Now, the reason why I wanted to start out with that is because that was the first thing that they listed, but I also wanted to get your guys' opinion because I do value your opinion. Not only am I going for this record for me.
What about me? I'm part of this too.
And of course, yeah, I'm doing it for you too, Dave. But I'm doing it for the channel. I'm doing it for you guys. You guys are part of this channel, and I think it would be awesome and an awesome addition to this channel to say that, to be able to hang that up, to be able to say that with everybody on this channel. I think it'd be really cool. So I want your guys' opinion. What axe or hatchet do you think I should throw with those parameters in mind? It's got to be 12 inches at minimum, up to 5 pounds. Now, I can tell you right now, I'm not throwing a 5-pound axe 200 feet. I probably could, but I'm not going to be accurate with it. So I laid out a few axes here or hatchets here that I thought that I could probably do it with. Tell me what you guys think of these choices. And at the end, tell me what you guys think if you've got another choice. I'm interested to know. The Helkowerk Rhineland hatchet, coming in at a little over 14 inches long. Got a nice 4-inch bit on it. And I think this thing is weighing in at 1 pound and 4 or 5 ounces. It's a little heavier than most of the other ones here I got out here, but I think I could throw this thing 200 feet and get it to stick. It's a great little hatchet. It's very well suited for axe throwing. And like I said before, guys, I think this thing would be awesome for throwing for distance. I really do. So that was one that I brought out from inside the house. The next one up on the list is the Kova Blackthorn. I thought this thing would be awesome to throw for distance. Not only do we have a bit up front and a bit on the top, but we also have a spike in the back. Now, I will say that this little hole down here might be an issue, and I need to find out what they mean by standard. Because if I use this one, I would cut this off. I've already measured it, and from here to here with this cut off, it's still over 12 inches long. So we're still good there. But I think to throw this thing any farther than I've thrown it before, I would need to take this little metal hole out at the bottom. Now, as you guys know, I've thrown this thing at a little over 100 feet, and I was very accurate with it. In my intro, I'm throwing this at 100 feet, and I'm hitting bullseye with it. But I will say I can already tell you right now, this is going to have to be cut off if I'm going to throw it farther, because it's just going to rub. And guys, at 200 feet, you have to be precise. This thing hits your palm the wrong way, forget about it. So I think I'm going to have to cut this off. This is a commercial available hatchet, so I need to find out about that. But this would be a great contender too, I think. Even though the handle sticks out farther, I think I could rotate this thing great at 200 feet. Okay, so you guys are going to think I'm crazy on this one, but just hear me out. The Francisca axe made by Condor. This thing would light up the sky flying at 200 feet. I'm just saying, I think it would. I've never thrown it that far, but I got a feeling that with how thin this handle is, I could control it for distance at 200 feet. Now, I know I'm not working with a huge bit. However, I think this one would fly really well. And if I have to adjust where I'm standing at, maybe I have to do it at 201 feet or 202 feet. I'm going to have to think about that when I'm using some of these hatchets and axes, because some are not going to stick at 200 feet. I'm going to have to adjust a foot or two. The Francisca axe would be a great flyer. You're talking about getting behind this thing. It's not heavy at all, and the handle's nicely shaped for distance. I really do, and I've said that in my review with this thing. So this is actually, in my opinion, a good contender to break the record. The CRKT Nobo. Now, this one's a little heavier, coming in, I think, at 1 pound and 7.8 ounces. Now, we got to find out what they mean by standard, because as you guys know, I cut the handle down on this one. It's not as long as it comes. Now, I don't see why it would be an issue to cut a handle down. Anybody can do that. And I'm not adjusting the axe head, I'm just adjusting the handle a little bit. But this thing right here at distance, I think I could do it. It gives me a little bit more weight than that Francisca axe, which will drive the axe head into the target a little bit better, in my opinion. I think it's controllable at distance too. As you guys know, when I did a review on this one, I threw it for distance. I said it was great. There's absolutely no wobble in this. Neither was there any wobble in the Francisca axe. And that is going to be crucial in throwing for that far too. Any axe or any hatchet that has wobble in it, I'm going to have to cut it out. I can't throw it for that distance because it's bad at 100 feet. Can you imagine how bad it's going to be at 200 feet? So that's why I went with the Nobo. It's a little bit heavier, but it is true in the air.
As true as Odin's spear Gungnir.
Yeah, I agree with you, Dave. I think this would be a great contender to break the record. The Cold Steel Warhawk.
You sure this time?
Pretty sure I got that one right. I always get the Warhawk and the Trench Hawk mixed up. Pretty sure this is the Warhawk. This one's a little bit lighter than the Trench Hawk that has the really big spike in the back. Polypropylene handle. Again, we'll have to find out about that because I've cut this handle down, but I haven't messed with the axe head at all. And I think this would make a great flyer too. Almost like the Kova Blackthorn, we have a bit up front and a spike in the back. So I could sharpen both. It would work out really well. I think this thing is weighing in close to the Kova Blackthorn and the Nobo, so we'll be good there. And I do like these polymer handles. I think at 200 feet, we'll be good. Now, I did say that I preferred the Calculated Survival Norse throwing hatchet with the aluminum handle. I just remembered it for distance, but I think we could use this one too. The Calculated Survival Norse throwing hatchet could also be a contender. I didn't bring that one out in there. I forgot about it. That one could be a contender too, and I'll put a picture up of it now. So if you guys haven't watched any of my videos before, you'll know what it looks like. That one actually would be a really good contender too. I don't know why I didn't grab that one. The hell, Dave? You're supposed to be helping me on this.
I'm here for axe rituals, sarcastic remarks, and poking at Loki.
I do everything you could remember this much.
You remember
This
when you
much.
threw axes at me on multiple occasions.
So we could use that one too. Calculated survival Norse throwing hatchet with the aluminum handle would be a great contender. And last but certainly not least is the cold steel Trailhawk. Now I know you guys might be thinking, man, that bit is small, Wes. 200 feet, you're giving yourself less contact to stick. And you're right, I am. This bit is only like 2 and some inches long. 2 and like 3/4 inches long or 2.5 inches long. So you're going to have to be precise with it. You are. And I get that. But this thing just flies so well in the air that I feel like this thing would be a tack driver at 200 feet. I think I'd be able to throw this one probably more accurate than any of the ones that I've shown you before, maybe even with the Francisca axe and maybe the calculated survival Norse throwing hatchet. I think those 3 would be my top 3 for accuracy. And then I'd have to go with bit size after that. But this one would be great. It flies really well for distance. It's not heavy at all, coming at 1 pound and 3 ounces. I remember all the daggone weights of these tomahawks, these axes and hatchets. It's nuts. I've done so many, but I remember weird things. But this would be a great flyer too. I think it could do it at 200 feet. Now, I did read something online before I got the email back from the Guinness Book of World Records that said you could only use 1 axe. They did not say that in the parameters they sent me, which means there's nothing saying I can't get all these hatchets, tomahawks, and axes sharpened up, ready to go, and throw all of them. Now, I did see where the gentleman that holds the record right now got a lot of flack because he put his target on the ground and he stuck the spike. And I get that. Totally understand why people would say, but he wasn't trying to stick the spike. If he comes out and says, I'm going to stick the spike, and he sticks the spike, then cool. And I kind of agree with that. I do. So here's my thought process in that. Tell me what you guys think. If I throw one of these hatchets or tomahawks or axes that has a spike on it and I stick the spike without calling it, I'm still going to keep throwing. Does it count? Yes, it does. But I am not going to end there. I am going to stick the bit as well. So in essence, I'm only going for bit strikes. I'm not going for spike strikes. I'm not. If I happen to strike the spike, technically I broke the record, but that's not good enough for me.
Me either.
And I'm getting my target off the ground at man level. I'm not throwing at stuff on the ground. I never throw at targets on the ground. Why would anybody throw at a target on the ground? That doesn't make sense to me. Get it off the damn ground, throw it at a man-sized target. That is man length. Also, real quick, before we get into the targets, I forgot, you have to provide video evidence of the weight and measurements of the axe or axes or hatchets, whatever that you use. You have to document that with a video. So basically, everything that you do has to be put on video.
I'm not peeing on camera.
Now, getting into the targets. All targets must adhere to the World Axe Throwing League rules for competition. Video of the measuring process for the target must be submitted with the evidence, which means that I'm going to have to build a World Axe Throwing League sanctioned target to the exact measurements. And while it's being built, it's going to have to be videoed with it being built with measurements. So every board's going to have to be measured and videoed. When it's put all together, it's going to have to be videoed, so on and so forth. So keep that in mind. And I'm going to get, if my dad would like to, I'm going to ask him to build it for me. He's better at that stuff than I am, and he could build me a great target. And I've got the target specifications from the World Axe Throwing League on their website. I got those. So I know what measurements and everything I have to stay within to break the record using the target that they want me to use. Now, here's the most crucial part. Like I told you guys, I want to get that target off the ground. I want it to be at man level. That's what I throw at. And I think that's only fair. I don't have to do that, but I'm doing that. The height of the center target will be at the participant's discretion but must be submitted with the evidence, meaning that the center of the target can be placed wherever you want it to be, but it's just got to be videoed. Okay, which is fine. I can do that. It also states that the boards used can be made of any suitable material that will support the axe. Now, I know I use pine, and I think the World Axe Throwing League uses cottonwood, if I'm correct. I'll figure out what wood they use, and I'll use that. I don't want anybody saying anything, oh, you used whatever. I don't care. I'm going to use whatever wood they use. To me, it doesn't matter, guys. Pine, cottonwood, whatever soft wood you want to use, doesn't matter. It's about sticking the bit into the target. Now, for the throw to be valid, the axe must land in any scoring area on the World Axe Throwing League adhering target inside the 5 rings. Now, that's important because guess what I'm going to have to buy? I'm going to have to buy a stencil from the World Axe Throwing League and stencil it correctly.
With Loki's face in the center.
So that way, I'm not just making up my own stencil. I'm going to have to buy one from them, show buying it, show using it, show how we measure it out, and do it exactly how the World Axe Throwing League does theirs. And they have a stencil on their website. I'll have to buy it. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's cha-ching, 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 cha-ching every time I turn around. The throw must be made with both feet behind a clearly marked throwing line. A run-up is allowed. A run-up is allowed. I'll probably try both. I'll probably try just standing still, heaving it, and then doing a little bit of a run-up before I get to the line and throwing. Either way, I'll try both.
If allowed, I'll give you a nice push at the line.
And the record measurement is the straight line distance between the 2 lines. This measurement should be made by a suitable, qualified individual, such as a surveyor, and clearly shown in the video evidence provided. Now, I could go on and on and on and on and on. I'll bore the hell out of you guys if I keep doing that, but that last part must be done by a qualified person. I have to hire a surveyor to come out and survey the land. Now, I'm not a surveyor and I don't know how that stuff works. I thought if I just bought some cloth, some really thick cloth measuring tape, either at 200 feet or 200-foot tapes, put them together, I thought that would be good enough, but I didn't calculate either going downhill or uphill and how that affects the actual distance of where I'm actually throwing at the land survey. I could lay the tape down, think I'm at 200 feet, throw it, but if the land's off, I may only be throwing it at 190 feet. I didn't consider that. So that's stuff that I'm learning now. So I'm going to have to hire a surveyor wherever I throw this axe at to break this record. Is going to come out there and survey the land. Not only does the surveyor come out there and survey the land, the surveyor has to be a witness to the actual survey, and he has to provide his credentials. So I can't just hire Joe Schmo off the street and say, hey, tell him you're a surveyor and mark it. No, they have to be credited or certified, whatever surveyors have to go through in order to get that or be accredited. I'm going to have to hire a surveyor.
Blah, blah, blah. Why can't we just throw the damn axe for Odin's sake?
Yeah, I know, Dave. I know. It's always something. Feet, inches, pounds, or conversions from imperial to metric are not acceptable. That is extremely important. So the record has to be used in the metric system. We can't go with feet, inches, pounds, so on and so forth. It's got to be done using the metric system. Whatever. I don't know why we just don't all use the same measurement system and we won't have this issue. Why are some people using kilograms and why are we using pounds and centimeters and inches and yada, yada, yada and stone? And why can't we all just be on the same damn field? Everybody uses centimeters or millimeters or whatever. Why can't we all just use the same metric of measurement? I mean, could you imagine going through all of this and doing everything in pounds and inches, doing everything and sending it and then being like, sorry, but you didn't use the metric system, so we can't validate it, even though it's really easy to just convert it. Anyway, I thought that was interesting too. So everything's got to be done metrically. Of course, they want video evidence of their entire record attempt from start to finish that enables us to confirm the measurement achieved, that the guidelines have been adhered to, and verify the details provided by the independent witnesses. Of course, I'll have to have witness testimony that is written. I'll have a bunch of people there. So I'll have probably, I don't know, at least 20 or 30 videos of people recording me doing it. And then I'll get a bunch of people to write witness statements. I'm not just going to give 2. I'm going to give a bunch. Because if one person does something wrong and they come back and go, well, you submitted to this one we can't take. Nah, I'll just have a bunch of people, if they're willing, submit a bunch of different testimonies saying they saw me do it with their video evidence as well. And they don't have to record it from start to finish. They could just record one throw to the next throw. Now, I am interested to know, I'm going to have to get some clarification on what axes I can use in that standard statement they made. I don't know exactly what that means. If I can use a bunch of different axes, this will go a lot faster because, as you guys know, I'm not going to be accurate every single time. I don't know how many throws it's going to take me. I really don't. I'm not going to pretend like I'm going to go out there and do it in 2 or 3 throws. I don't know. Probably not. And it'd be a lot easier to be able to go up there with 5, 6, 7 axes and try each throw than it would be to throw one axe and then have somebody down there run over there, grab it, and bring it back to me. That'll take forever. So I'm hoping that I can use more than one axe. One other set of axes that I was considering, the gentleman that broke the record, that has the record right now, he used the World Axe Throwing League competition throwing axes, a set of 3 all steel ones. I can look at it and see that's exactly what he used. Oh, I hit the mic. Calm down, Mike. Calm down. I can see that's what he used. You can clearly see that. So I might buy a set of those. They're like $100. They're kind of expensive, but I might buy those 2 and try those out and see what those hold for me. I think they're a little over 12 inches. I mean, he used them. I should be able to use them too. That's another set that I can consider to throw and bring out there. Hell, if I can go to the start line and throw 10 axes, I'll do it. I know they're all different weights. They're all different lengths. I don't care. I know how to adjust for that. And I think I'll be pretty good at 200 feet still. I can adjust at 100 feet, 120 feet, using different hatches and axes, weights and sizes. It'll throw me off a little bit, but once I get going, I'll be okay. Tell me what you guys think in the comments section. Do you think I should just stick with one axe? That is a very good point. I'll get familiar with it. I won't have to adjust it all. I get that. Using 3 of the same axe, like the World Axe Throwing League all steel axes, a set of 3, maybe I'll just use those 3. It would make more sense. It'd be a lot easier. However, I don't make a lot of sense, and I'm crazy, and me and Dave are crazy, and something about this throw makes me want to use a wooden-handled tomahawk or hatchet for axe throwing. I don't know what it is, but using an all-steel axe just doesn't sit right with me. And to be honest with you, if I do break the record with an all-steel axe, I'll probably still stay out there and throw a wooden-handled axe until I do it, because it's just going to bother me. I want to be able to say that I used a traditional tomahawk with a wooden handle that just, something about it just makes me
Feel like you have to fart.
feel good inside about using that. I don't know what it is.
It's gas.
Don't know what it is.
I just told you.
Tell me what you guys think about all that. Sorry if I bored the hell out of you. I just wanted to bring this information to you because I thought it was relevant. And I told you guys along this process of trying to break this record, I'd bring you guys information. And that's the information I got so far. So, Dad, I need you to make me a target, man. Please. I would appreciate that. I need a surveyor next. Get the higher one, probably.
And some gas X.
And you guys want to know why I'm starting a Patreon. I know you guys aren't asking me to break the record, and it's my own choice to do it. I get it. I'm just saying. Never really realized how much this was going to cost. But I'm still going to do it. We're going to do it, aren't we, buddy?
I had a vision we smashed this record.
That's right. We're going to smash it if we can. We're going to smash it. I'm going in confident. I'm not going in, oh, we might or maybe. No, we're going to break it.
Small chance I confused you with another person.
And I'm going to try to do it more than once in the same day. Not just going to stick it once. We're going to stick it multiple times if we can. Because that's how we roll here at Midgard Axe. No speculation. I don't want there to be any doubt. We over-rotate that son of a bitch and stick it. Yeah, we broke the record. We're going to throw it again and get that bit to strike. Because that's what we were trying to do. Hit that bit, not the spike. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Thanks for all the support, guys. I'll keep you updated if I hear anything else. Of course, we got to videotape everything of my dad making the World Axe Throwing League target. I got to buy the stencil. We got to do all that shit. And then we got to figure out how we're going to get it to where I need to throw it at by putting it in someone's truck or something. So there's going to be a lot of movement and mobility things that we got to work out as well, too. It's going to be fun, though. Thanks for all the support, guys. Hope I brought you guys some information that you may not have known. If anything, it was just cool to hear some information about the record attempt. And if you don't like the idea that I'm doing it, sorry about your feelings. Why don't you come out and watch me do it? maybe I'll change your mind. Until next time, guys. See ya.